Hello. Welcome to a new mini-series, if you will. I don't think I'm going to actually be posting this, but we'll see how this video goes. Anyways, without much further ado, welcome to this game called Thrive. Now, some of the more seasoned of you internet veterans out there might recognize this game a bit more under the theory of being a spore-like evolution game, where you start off as a little tiny cell, and you gather these components. You gather food, you can gather various resources to create life, and basically just try to evolve into the ultimate being, however you want to be, the ultimate... Oh, I didn't know that would help me do that. I didn't even mean to click that button. Well, pretty sure that is the, oh yes, minus button. I thought I already zoomed out all the way, but that was not indeed the case. So the goal of this game is mainly to just kind of swim around. Right now it's a little boring. That's because I only just began. We're not going to go into any of the other patches. I find this game to be kind of easy with the way I play it, because I like to play it this way. I like the game to be a bit easy, especially at the beginning. I find getting some Rustacin and just... yeah, it just does so well with its job. It does so well. I have a little tiny spike at the front. Premium 3V. And I'm just going to try to show how to become the biggest, the greatest... Oh no. One moment. There we go. That was almost a blunder. Alright. The biggest, the greatest, the most dangerous, the most deadly little tiny cell you have ever seen. I turned up mutations for the AI. Might not be that much of a smart choice, knowing how crazy it gets endgame, but I don't plan on playing for too long, or to go real endgame that much. So first we have a little spike. I can't really show you what this spike does because there's not a lot of different species. It's kind of just me out here. Me and my boys. Seems to be about it. And there. So here I'm going to do two very important things, if we can do these very important things. The first thing is... I do want one of those, but not right now. There we go. This, and then one of these bad boys thrown onto the end of it, along with probably one of these, some-ish where... Alright, so now we have equal. We're not going to be extremely fast. Low rotation. Over here will be your, to the right side of your screen, will be the stats. We're obviously going up in size. Each of these, I believe, counts as one individual size. A bit of storage. Each little thing here, organelle, but these ones aren't actually organelles. These are proteins, which are like mini organelles, and organelles are obviously mini organs. So you have mini organs. It's fun. Anyways, they're gonna be your bread and butter. They're like the precursor to what you actually get in your proteins. You know, the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell and stuff. That's organelle. Now we can just see that our actual little buddy here is actually kind of immune to dying. Or starving, I should say. He just gets so much glucose. Well, hello. Come here. I would like to poke you. I would like to stab you. Not too much, because you would kill me. Just want to stab you once more. Ouch. Oh, that does a lot more damage. I already stabbed you 3 times, why didn't you go down? Instead, you make me respawn. How dare you? Don't you know I'm Luca? They have 2 whole spikes. Ouch. You see that? He spiked me twice again. Gonna get him this time. There we go. I'm not big enough to engulf targets yet. And there's already more of them. Oh no. We're getting outnumbered. We must run. Not really. Pretty soon, I will be bigger than whatever these things are. Right now, these things are going to be annoying because we're not bigger than them. And thus, we have to compete with them quite harshly. Ouch. I hate how they're able to just double tap me. Let me see if I can add in the... Let me see if I can fix my sound for a minute, because I feel like I did something to my... Indeed, I did. Here we go. This game does indeed have sound, believe it or not. Pardon me. I don't own the copyrights to any of this music, if it is copyrighted. Pretty sure they kinda tried to be friendly about that. I wanted to spear him. Yeah, I've gone ahead and passed away twice now. I'm quite annoyed by it, and I would like, okay, go away. Probably the most annoying things about friendly species is that they don't know when to just go away. There we go. Can I eat it? Can I eat it, though? The true question. I can't actually eat it. There's a little... So when you... In the way I have it set up, it's the button letter is G. But when you are in engulf mode, you can swallow things that are smaller than you. Smaller cells, little bits of iron, if you can eat iron. Just, anything and everything, really. I like this area right here. This is a nice area. Now we have double spikes. Double spikes. I don't like this area. Okay. Leaving. So this should be mine. Yes, it is indeed mine. So I don't know what else that is, but it's annoying, quite frankly. So we're going to have this one. This one would allow... Dang. Okay. There we go. This will allow us to be able to actually utilize more of our energy. It will allow us to actually use the glucose that we produce. And unfortunately means that we're going to lose a lot more of the sulfides. But, big but, we should, in theory. Also, a weird thing that I kind of like about this game, it matters where you place your flagellum at. Not a lot of games do that. It just kind of gives you flat speed. But in this game, the kind of neat little thing that they do is they're like, hey, if you want to actually indeed be faster, I guess this would be a nice time to show everything off. But if you indeed do want to be faster, you have to place your flagellum in the right spot. It's a neat little thing. I'm going to see if we can move this. Like so, maybe? Nope. So the way it faces actually matters. So the opposite direction of where it faces kind of works like a jet in the sense that it actually makes you propel in that direction. So if we added this to the side and said that it goes to the side, it would actually make us go sideways faster rather than going forward faster, which I kind of like and is really funny to me. Anyways, there's not a lot we can do, so let's just go into the membrane. And we will go ahead and we will just pick the double membrane. Never mind, we need stuff for that. We will take the 5% hit to our mobility. And instead, because we did just get a lot faster actually, and instead get 15 health with it. That's a big increase for us. And a color I always like to go with is a nice bright cyan. It always works well. So then we also have behaviors. Be aggressive to actually chase down our prey. Cautious, which will mean they won't put themselves in danger. I want them to be opportunistic a bit. Not too much, otherwise they won't leave me alone. Brave and fearful. Brave microbes will more than likely attack back. I do want them to attack back. I'm going to have them be sessile, because if we're sessile, there's a chance that most of our actual cells will survive. And responsive versus focused, we'll have them more focused, so they'll actually go further. But if nothing interesting's happening, we'll just have them chill out for a bit. We're not apex predators quite yet. There we go. We should be able to actually... We can. So once you can actually eat other things... We can't actually eat other cells, but we can eat the bits of other cells, which actually puts us leagues ahead of other cells here. One more. Ouch. Ouch. Let's see if we can chase this guy. He's hurt us too much. I don't like how they are so smart. Okay, we got this little guy over here. Poor guy has no spikes, completely defenseless, might actually be chased out of this patch. So right now, I'm only going to chill out in one patch, but each of these patches are their own region. They have their own little population. Oh, we can just eat these guys. Ouch. We got hurt for, like, no reason. Let's see if we can... Ouch. Okay, I'm leaving. I leave. I want nothing to do with all of you. There's iron everywhere. It's a good thing we actually eat iron. And these two over here... suffering. Don't mind if I do. We can eat the organelles of our enemies. but we can't quite devour our enemies yet. I will indeed actually be editing soon, but I do want... So when you're in engulf mode, you actually do move slower, by the way. You don't move faster. There's a way to move sideways. There we go. So we're going to go ahead into here. You can actually store up extra resources before going into the editor, which I actually really like. Yes, indeed. We have actually chased out a large amount of our enemies. So you can only move basically one patch at a time, so each of these green arrows here, it also tells you where you can move amongst here. I think these two are connected, if I'm not mistaken. If not, no, it's this one that's connected, so you actually have to go up here. These are all different names for different levels of the seafloor and whatnot. So if we go to the epologic, which is basically just like the surface of the ocean, we can actually travel wherever. But we also have this cave, and the caves and the volcanic vents are where we're going to live the best, our best lives. So you can see that in these other places it already has people that went everywhere, but it seems like life is just staying in one little region. So if I could describe this to people that aren't currently watching, it looks like a flowchart, and each of the flowchart has boxes and rectangles, and each of the boxes and rectangles have little tiny boxes and rectangles in them. The bigger boxes and rectangles are basically regions. Imagine them as almost continents or nations. And then these little tiny boxes are cities or provinces or little islands within that continent or nation. And you get to only travel one little city, one little province at a time, and each of them have their own little modifiers and their own little habitat. Each one is a varying level of difficulty, depending on how you set up your actual little creature. Now, I'm going to stay in this one little patch. It's kind of overpowered to do so. But also trying to survive in the other patches is a bit overrated to me. Who wants to do all that hard work of trying to survive? It sounds like a lot of effort. Who wants to put in effort? I see. Put that one in instead. So, these weird thermo, it's like a thermo generator basically. You don't actually need to move or do anything for this thing. It will generate automatically. So each of these little proteins, they do something. Usually generating some type of ATP, which is energy, or glucose. Like this one produces glucose. This one produces ammonia, but it takes up energy. This one turns energy into poison, which is actually really useful because it makes you immune to poison. And this one makes glucose, but it takes hydrogen sulfide to make glucose, whereas this one makes glucose and this energy basically for free as long as you have sunlight. But we have no sunlight down here, so this is actually useless. This one down here, rusticyon, turns iron or metals into energy. This one turns sugar or glucose into energy, and this one just produces energy for free. So it's kind of really useful, kind of overpowered, but the thing is it doesn't produce a lot. I might actually delete this guy right here in exchange for another glucose boy. And we'll do that right there. Right there. Okay. And then next time what we'll do is we'll set it up with a metabolosome, so we'll actually use the glucose that we're producing, because we are more or less producing the glucose without actually using it right now, hypothetically speaking, if we had all of our resources. We're using it, or we're making it, but we're not using it, we're just storing it, which isn't terrible, because usually glucose isn't very easy to find. I have it to where I spawn with glucose in. Go away. That's what I mean by you gotta be careful, because sometimes your allies won't really be allies. They'll just kind of be nuisances. They'll be in your way. Can you not steal my food that I just worked really hard for? Please and thank you. Oh yeah, so there's different types of skin you can build. And these types of skin you do have to be careful early stage, so I don't like actually changing my color and stuff too early, because you are the least common ancestor, and if you change too early, you will end up actually having a bunch of little cells that look a lot like you, but aren't you, so they'll actually hurt you, damage you, and attack you. So this is what I mean by free energy, because right now we get hurt if we move. If we move. As soon as we stop moving, we stop hurting. So I'm gonna see if we can look for... Well, we're not moving. Somebody else moved us. Thank you, kind sir. I'm gonna see if we can attack something real quick. That's my food. It is my food. My food. See, this is what I mean. Look at how everybody is on me. I don't even have that much food. I'm actually at risk of dying if I don't get food. Yet your friendlies don't care. There is a way to talk to your friendlies and actually tell them to go away. However, that's an upgrade that costs resources. Unfortunately, there's nothing over here. Wow, alright, that's unfortunate. Hopefully I get spawned in a better area. Nope. Get spawned in a way worse area, as a matter of fact. Alright, here we go. And you get a little bit, I mean a little bit, like 10 seconds of free time. And then everybody comes onto your location. If the spot looks too good to be true, generally speaking it is. I gotta change that button. It's gonna become really annoying. Now we can't actually devour this guy, but I do just want to kind of eat him real quick. So that I can poke, poke, pokey, poke, 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 poke. He had a lot of health, but it was not infinite. Hopefully he doesn't attack me. H. There we go. It doesn't take too long early game to get all of your resources back, but it is a bit annoying. Because it's not always super easy or super fun to find another good patch with a plenty of resources. Especially if you're not in a volcanic vent. The volcanic vent is packed chock full of resources to use. However, it's only in the volcanic vent So we're gonna have just one more flagellum, or movement parts. For some weird reason, we don't have quite enough for ATP production, oddly enough. We can actually move all of that over. I think the game just glitched out there because I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to be able to move that. But whatever. It's fine, I'll take it. Right now I'm in a bit of a hurtful spot. And you have one vent. It is possible to go extinct, and I'm probably doing the most dangerous thing here because I'm putting myself most at risk of going extinct, actually, because I'm only staying in one patch. And like I said, people will evolve, and they can evolve to actually indeed hurt you. Come here, buddy. And the thing is, as you become faster forward, you lose your ability to rotate as quickly. Which can mean that they can kind of outmaneuver you and juke you a bit. Ouch. Butthead. Ouch. Put you down. There we go. Go away. Oh. Pretty sure, yeah. So the little tiny black pills evolved chitin, which means we can't eat them unless we have the special thing that allows us to eat chitin. Ouch. Ouch. He just evolved 4 spikes. That hurt a lot. I don't want to be around that area. That's where all of our little... Alright, we gotta back off. We gotta go. We're just gonna sit here for a little bit. So we can win, or not win, we can just kind of earn a level by sitting here. Build the perfect little energy reserve. Usually I don't have enough energy reserve for this, but the perfect amount to just chill out for a little bit. And you can see all my little minions out over here absolutely demolishing our prey. Come here. You can see what I mean by not being able to rotate. It's basically turning. You can actually force a turn. Alright, I'm going to, as a matter of fact, change our ability to rotate. Then I think next time I'll actually add a nucleus with our next little evolution. Let me see. Oh, you need a nucleus in order to actually rotate. I think I will solve an issue while creating another one. Dicolloid. Here we go. Boop. Oh. Alright then. So we technically don't produce enough. But the mitochondrion basically does the same thing, if you notice we've been paying attention, as the metabolism. It's because it is kind of the same thing, except the mitochondrion does it more efficiently. It uses, I think, double, 1.5 times more sugar less than 1.5 times more sugar, my bad, for effectively 2.5 times the output. In translation, you're using less materials to get more energy. It's really good. It's exactly what you want as an efficient, tiny little cell. And if you notice, we are no longer tiny. We're being moved. We're not efficient anymore. We do have a lot of health, however, not enough to counteract the fact that we still do need to eat. Indeed, not enough. We don't even get more health from this. The main gain from this is being able to use better, more efficient organelles to do the same job. And just being big and scary, really. I mean, look at me. You can tell me no? Come here. Come here. Nom, nom, nom. My food. Come on. I was even flipping. Got him. Right, alright, one of them. No? Now, going into absorption mode does mean that you go slower, but it means you can just eat things a lot faster. And I can just devour this guy without much issues or drama. I'm a bit tempted to just tell everybody to go away from me. There used to be a little slider that was social versus, I think it was... You could basically make all of your friendly cells go away from you. Instead, we now have the signaling agent. Oh, we now have a thermoplast as well. This should actually produce just enough to where if we're not moving at all, we should be producing just enough while staying still to not have to worry about anything. Theoretically. Now with the signaling agent, I can say flee. By saying flee, should make most, if not everybody, go away from me. And it kind of does. It almost just barely almost wax. This guy right here. Come on. Come here. Yeah, I guess we do need some turning ability, Cecilia. Come here. Oh no, we don't have enough. Never mind. And, oh, they have new little bits. It used to just be a couple different colors. So that's what happens if you're in an area that's actually not very plentiful in resources. You just kind of die out as a big cell. This is why it's a bit of a gamble. Why you don't usually see other cells with the nucleus, and why having it early kind of is a big boon, but also can be a bit hurtful as well if you're not adjusted for it yet. I think I can actually get this guy. Well, I can get his guts. There we go. This is what you're meant to do with this kind of style of build. Just act like a giant amoeba and just swallow up everything you can. Fortunately, I'm annoyed with how these things are designed. They're really simple, but it's really effective because it doesn't allow me from the one thing that I'm built to do, and that's devour. Just meant to just swallow them right up. The tiny cells. There we go. Come on. I don't fully understand how the engulfing thing works, because it's supposed to be as soon as you're touching them, that you just immediately engulf them, but it doesn't always work like that. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do something really weird. We're gonna add these little guys. Now, these ones right here. Turn them to the sides. Let me see. Can I just do one? I probably can only do one. Yes. So it's fine if we can only do one, because the important thing is that we can just have one that can do this. And what these things do now is whenever we use them, they actually kind of just disable. Go away. Jeez Louise. I have that on, right? Flee. Go away from me. Must be it was not activated properly? I don't know. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Now it acts in like a vacuum, and you can just, even though you might not be faster, you can make everything come to you, which is a lot easier. Now, if these things have chitin, makes my day a lot worse. Yep, because we can't actually eat them. Oh no, come here. There you go. Which means these chitin people are kind of live for a little bit longer, but I got something for them that we're gonna do next time, or right now, because I feel like it. Let's see. Chemoplast. I do actually want one of these, because they're pretty useful. But, lysosome. Now, this bad boy can do. This is really important for us. And we'll take the rest of our 28 and we'll also make this a vacuum. So now effectively what we have, vacuums both sides, not just one side. Which means we can eat anything and everything we come across. I like it when we get this far. Oh, they have cellulase. So some of them don't have flippin' evolved already to counteract us. Already suffering from success. And these things are literally just evolving into sea urchins. I think, are these guys with cellulose? Yep. So now we need cellulase to eat them instead of chitinase. So I think that's what we'll change it to. Because before, I'm pretty sure it was chitin. Now I don't need to even move anymore. So I think I'm just going to edit that into, instead of chitin, just cellulase. It doesn't help that they both start with C. The only other one is lipase. And lipase, literally, all that does is make it more efficient to eat. Which wouldn't be terrible for right now, but not optimal, for sure. Come here. Alright, now we really can't do anything quite yet. Kind of like this, because what you can do is basically become an anglerfish almost, I like to call it. You have so many resources that you can just like use them to leak them out and trap prey. Get back here, you. So when you engulf something, it becomes indigested matter, or ingested matter. Then what happens with that ingested matter is you basically have to digest it. Depending on what you ate, you might need a special adaptation to actually eat what you ingested. I think it's all coming together now. Even though we technically don't have the right setup for this. And it shouldn't be working. It works very well. So let's see. I think what we need is another one of these. And that actually puts us over on that. And then another one of these just for normal. Never mind. Alright. Our speed's going to be down by a lot. Still. It's fine for a little bit. Because we still outspeed most things that don't even have a flagellum. I think now is a good time to start traveling to the other patches. Because we're going to be losing population because we technically aren't, even though we're devouring literally everything that we see, we technically aren't efficient enough to do this. Technically. Don't have enough space to do this. We just ate way too much, but it's fine for now. It makes us create a little hive of which to burst out of and find more prey to feast upon. And this is why I say it's pretty easy. Because at first it was kind of a struggle. You know, you had to go through quite a few iterations where you have to be lucky enough to find just enough resources, then get big enough. But we got there, and now we're there. And I now think now is the time to travel out and about. And before we do so, I think a vacuole in one of the free spaces we may or may not have. Okay, we actually don't have any free space. Very well. I think then we definitely want another Speedy Boy. We want to be fast. Oh, we have enough for it. Okay. Well, time to go to the next patch. This one we are going to struggle quite a bit on, honestly, in resources. However, there's plenty of food to eat here. Kind of like before, where we could just eat everything we saw. Here, we should be able to eat literally everything we see and thrive quite greatly. Yes, indeed. Come here. You will get hurt by things that have toxins in them. However, I don't think that's too much of a worry. Ouch. Yeah. That wasn't lag. That was me saying ouch before it hits, because apparently they're really accurate now. Oh my goodness. Before they used to be kind of inaccurate. That, or I'm just really, really large, so they kind of always hit. It might be that second thing rather than the first thing, to be fairly honest. It'd be kind of like missing an elephant with a pistol. It's like, you know, pistols aren't really that accurate, but it's an elephant. Kind of hard to miss that. So let's see. We have quite the size. Indeed, indeed. I might just simply spread to another location. For some reason, the player cell doesn't actually like procreate as much. I don't know why. It's a little annoying. We don't have any production here. That's perfectly fine. We can produce more in our mitochondria. Oh yeah, that's right. Our thermoplasts don't do anything here. Anything. Because it's kind of cold here, isn't it? Alright, let's see. Time to go. Next up, I think it's going to be the cave. Something had hydrogen sulfide. I like seeing that. It didn't have iron, though. We can, however, get both of these. Some more glucose. More flippin' toxin throwers, that's fine. We'll just go eat them. Less of a headache for us later on. Ooh. So a lot of things like to have toxins around here. That is duly worth noting. Yeah, that hurts. I don't think we would realistically develop a resistance to toxins or a toxin production because simply put, we do have the health the health to just deal with it for now. What I might do though, however, well, first things first, we're going to the cave and then we're traveling out and about because the cave is a bit of a rest spot for us. The best thing I do like is that we can just move from the cave. It's like when I said you can only move one spot at a time, you're not limited to moving from the cave back into the ocean to get to the other ocean. You can actually just straight up move to the other ocean. As long as you have people in the other ones. So let's see what we can do here. Cilia does take up a bit of ATP. They do. Our rotation speed is getting worse. That is worth noting. And then after this, I think I will show you more or less will I show you the macro? Ooh. Oh no. That'll work. I think next time I'll get rid of these proteins. No, I'll keep the proteins. The proteins are always kind of nice to keep around. As you can see, it's very dark here. Indeed, rather dark. There's not much else around here. But I can't eat it. Indeed, you did just see me swallow 2 entire whole cells on my own loathsome. It stalks its prey, and then it moves in, ready for the kill. We move faster than this other big guy, and we also have spikes. 2 things that this thing cannot really compete with us for. We are really just terrifying. Also, we rotate so incredibly quickly. It's like not even funny. or like a parasite moving in. A grizzled veteran from so many other places that we just literally move in and start eating everything within reach. Following every other creature as they run away. So we get their scents. Which we can actually do. I don't think we can get... Oh, we can target mucilage. Mucilage only comes from creatures. So we could technically target other creatures with this. But I don't think this is useful right now. I will show you what this is though. Actually, nah. I'll show you what I mean by mucilage, what this thing does, because it is kind of fun. You can indeed use it to your advantage. I forget what this thing takes. Oh no, it takes... Well, that'll be useful for us. The reason why it will be useful, it's expensive. You put this on any other creature, it's extremely expensive and probably not even worth it. However, for us... Ooh, we're probably gonna need... Yep, chitinase. Back up, back up, back up. There we go. Something else to put glucose into. That way we're not wasting as much. Fortunately, I think we might need chitinase here. Fortunately enough, that shouldn't actually be too much of an issue for us. We really are kind of suffering from success here. So we need chitinase, and we need more space, so that we can properly actually be really threatening in here. We are actually kind of terrifying. Devouring literally anything that's not tied down. Let me show off what we can do here. It gives us a little tiny speed boost in exchange for the mucilage, which can slow other creatures down, and I think it even slows us down a little bit. We gain speed. So for a chunk of resources that are kind of important to living, you gain what could be a very necessary advantage against predators or your prey. Just devouring them. Unfortunately, when you enter the editor, I do want to go here. When you enter the editor, you do lose whatever you had in your belly, so you don't just start with stuff in your belly, unfortunately. I did remember something. Not the binding agent, we're not going to do that. Oh yes, that's right. We want this, this, and no. Delete that bad boy for this bad boy. We want plenty of space. It gives us only 8 space, however, we can now eat whatever we come across. We are now an apex predator. There is nothing that cannot actually be eaten by us. Everything can be eaten by us. Nothing is safe. Those two, we should be fair. On our way. Oh my goodness. Except for maybe these guys. These guys might be safe because they're flippin' sea urchins. But they're not that safe, are they? Don't mind me casually wiping out a couple species as I just make myself a home here. Come on. I might be able to actually eat him. Set the other guy right before he died. And I literally go to repeat the same mistake. Oh, it's fine. It'll be fine, they said. There's no way they can poke me to death, he said. As he, again, almost dies. To a cell less than half his size, covered in spikes. Ouch, ouch. Go away. Come here. Grr. I'm not actually trying to... Okay, there we go. Have him poke me. Oh, do they have spikes? They have tiny spikes I can't see! That's annoying! No! Go! Oh no. Well, that's all I have to really show you here today. This isn't my game, this is a lovely community. The Thrive community is quite lovely, and they are always updating every few weeks or so. Nothing usually big every few weeks. It's a large game that I might show you later, but it is a lovely game that I do implore you to check out yourselves. As you can see, they're actually using the jets over there. That's actually really nice to see for a little bit extra speed. And you can see them literally devouring everything off in the distance there, making us the absolute apex predators everywhere we go. Well, I'll be off then. You all have a nice night.